Hey, together on that dreamland. Okay, let me start it again. Hello, people. How are you all people doing? Yes, man. Surprise, surprise. Let's see who comes in first. Let me use the Yaki's telephones. So as you come in, please share the video and try to thumbs up, please. Invite your friends and well wishers to join us, okay? It's going to be sweet. You can check the title and see exactly what we want to talk about. Yes, the very first comment I'm seeing is Mary Ogbebo. God bless you for being the first person I'm seeing the comment. There's a land that I've dreamt about so far across the sea. To have you are my dreamland would be like heaven to me. To have you are my dreamland would be like heaven to me. We live together. Please share as you come in, please. God bless you all. And we have so much fun. We live together on that dreamland, and we have so much fun. We had a breakfast from the trees. God bless you all for coming. So we are seeing it, we are increasing. So we're about to speak about, we want to discuss about some tips how to get out of challenges if you ever have to confront anyone. So just tips, and if you have to apply them, you will find out that they will be very helpful at some point. So that's exactly what we want to talk about. So please try to share and invite other people to join us. God bless you all. I'm always see to comment. Mary Ogbebo, Faith, Marian, Obos. God bless you. So sorry, let me just quickly go in here. Honey, are you sharing? Wow. Honey, are you sharing it? Oh my God. Yes. This one. You should have known I'm already live. Yes, here. So God bless you for joining. Yes, man. Yes, that's my deaconess joining in. That's great. Thank you for having you, Mama Juliet Nebos. I know you will always be here. God bless you. That's my mama for life. So let's see. I'm not seeing myself yet too. We will ride. Okay, yeah, I got it. Let's see. I don't need a voice, just a comment. So thank you very much. Please try to invite other people. Yes, one love, Mama Julie. God bless you. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So we have something very interesting to discuss this very evening. Though I have this for a very long time and I want to apologize that I've not been able to share it with you. So today, as you can see, I will start right away, and please try to share. And before you leave, try to drop your like and love. Don't miss that. Yeah, we want to talk about just 10 ways or tips rather how you can possibly overcome some challenges you may encounter. Now, in life, there is always challenges. Mine challenge differs from your challenge. The challenge of Mr. A is different from that of Mr. B. So it is always like that. So it is not all equal. So you have several ways of approaching each challenge as they come. And the system and with the route and whichever way they confront you in any circumstances or situation, there are ways you actually can have some idea how to deal with those situations and quickly and easily bounce back to your life again. Because I believe these are the things we should be exploiting. These are the things we should be savaging using the social media, educating ourselves, motivating ourselves, admonishing ourselves, and lecturing ourselves to be better of ourselves. So long that is the understanding I have. So I decided to be coming up with topics like this that would be of blessing to your soul. So long you listen to it, I want to sincerely believe that there is something you can take home with it. And I know Mama Becky, that's my mama for life. God bless you. Thank you, Lord Omoregbe. God bless you. God bless you. Margaret, oh, sorry, Osaweni Gates. Egwiniao, I know some bit talk and finish. God bless you. Thanks for coming, yeah? So for that reason, we have to engage ourselves positively, which is very possible, and that is what we're actually really doing right now, yeah? So the 10 ways to overcome challenges in life, like I said, that we all have to confront one challenge or the other at some point in life. It could be educational challenge. Most of us understand financial challenge. Some of us are having marital challenges, housing challenges. Just keep naming them. There are things that keeps challenging you, and there are daily inevitable challenges that will come up with, because there are things you have to repeatedly do daily. That is, look for food to eat daily. These are challenges. So in most parts, you should be able to know exactly uh, how to actually approach some of these challenges, that they will not become of a very huge weight upon your life. And that is why you see, when these challenges are really overwhelming and they are so saturating in the mindset of so many people, they will attempt to take their own life. Because recently we saw somebody who was literally going to hang himself at Third Mainland Bridge in Nigeria. Lucky enough, people came around and rescued him, and thank God he did not die again. But if you check it out, you will find out that the guy actually has some challenges in life which he finds difficult to actually navigate through or overcome. Possibly he does not know how to do it, and he has no idea at all. And the devil may have actually helped out at some point to really elaborate that very challenges and make it look, this is the end of the road, because otherwise I see no reason why he will be opting to take his own life. Take his own life, you understand? So based on that, we want to begin to share some of these tips that will educate us and make us understand exactly how to approach some of this stuff, okay? Life is full of its up and down, like we all know. One day you may have to feel like you have to, either you figure it out or you give it all up. But the reason I'm just talking to you right now, that it is not worth it to give it up. Don't ever give up. Don't ever give up, because the things you think that is the end of the road right now, eventually might just be your stepping stone to elevate yourself above this very level you are. Because usually people say, or rather some people that make adages do say, that it is darkest before dawn. And that darkest moment can be anything else that, because usually after rain the sun definitely shines. Because if you do not hold tight within the rainy time, or rather within the darkest time, you will find yourself taking a very disastrous decision that may end it all, and when it is not supposed to be ended, because you thought it is going to end. And number one of such thing, what we can do possibly to make sure that we are able to, first of all, bring to picture, have an understanding, what is this problem? Where is this problem coming from? Or how is this challenge is coming up? Is it going to be a reoccurring challenges, or it is just going to be one-time challenge? Am I going to confront this challenge again next year or this year? There are challenges that come periodically. If you are a student, for instance, you have challenges of going to school, waking up, going to school, going to lectures, reading your books, try to pass your exam. These are all challenges. It will last as long as you are a student. After that, the challenge will change. You become a worker. There are day-to-day challenges. There are colleague challenge, your working environment challenge, even getting to work is going to be a challenge at some point. So how to take care of things like this is one of the very first thing you need to do is to make a plan. Why you don't know what is going to happen in the future, you can always plan ahead, which is very advisable to do because nobody knows tomorrow. So you can only assume and anticipate what tomorrow might be. Or rather, you may forecast and say, okay, tomorrow might be this, might be that. But then it is very advisable and very encourageable for you to at least have some set basic plan for the future. And the future can be later this evening. It could be tomorrow. It could be next year. But there should be somehow a plan that should at least give you a kind of idea how to navigate in case of any eventuality. And a whole things will come into this your plan, which is not going to be in this very teaching. It might be in another teaching. What actually is going to be in your plan, or rather, what should you bring into your plan when you are planning for yourself, okay? You are planning business life for yourself. When I say business, doesn't matter. You don't have to necessarily buy and sell. No, your daily life is your personal business. It has to be well planned. And in most cases, you need to make that plan and put it on black and white, on paper, so that you will have a place of a manual, a reference point where you will periodically go to and begin to check it out, because your plan should be also dynamic, not static, because what makes you think like this today might not make you think like that in 4 or 5 months time. Yeah, you might have a different way of thinking right now. Possibly what you were chasing after, why you thought like that, has been achieved, or in the worst case scenario has been aborted. Then you are not going to think like that after 5 years. So you go back again to your business plan, in this case, your own personal manual, your plan of life, what you want to do, what you want to achieve, what do you think your children should achieve should also be in that plan. What you expect from your spouse should also be in that plan, so that you don't have to, so that you don't underestimate anything or everything around you, or rather underestimating your own personal self, because it is very possible that you can forget the things you thought about yesterday. You had a good plan only in your memory, but it is not on black and white. You do not have any reference point. So at some point, other challenges might just make you forget the very good plan you thought about yesterday. And you might not be able to fulfill them because things might get worse already before you could say, shit, if I had known, if I had remembered, or if somebody had reminded me. Nobody needs to remind you. You have that plan, pen it down, write it down, because by writing it down, you certainly have a reference point. Gradually, anytime you think you have any plenty question, your very first place to go to is to look into that plan and see if, have I ever thought about something like this? Have I ever said I was going to do this, I was going to do that? Have I ever explained how am I going to do it and how am I going to approach it? So it is very important for us to go ahead and actually do that, because from your plan, you will be able to bring into picture the pattern of your challenges. Do you know, when I hear people say, tell me exactly what is the color of your problem? But in the practical terms, do you know people don't even actually know the color of their problem, or whether their problem is male or female? Go ahead. What do you want, girl? Blah, 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 blah. I don't think so. No, the empty bag is there. Thank you. So I hope you all understand what I'm trying to put out here, yeah? Because sometimes it is very good. Like now, you have a memory. Your memory is very retentive because that is the memory of mankind. We remember things. But it will surprise you that when you face some challenges and when you have to confront some situations, you will find out that your memory might truncate to a different direction because in that situation, you can multitask in reasoning and in thinking. But if you have trained yourself to understand that there is a manual, there is something you needed to do, you can always go back there and have it as your anchor reference point. So you cannot miss a lot of things. If you walk somewhere, for instance, and you anticipate the types of challenge, now there are certain things you already will be able to know ahead of time. Yeah. Let's take, for instance, you go to work every day. You don't drive to work because you live in central London. It is too busy. It is even better for you to take public transport to work. It is easier, quicker, and even cheaper than for you to be stuck on traffic for hours. And that is annoying. And it is in the morning you're going to work. Yeah. That can actually change your whole day. And you may come late and you keep explaining you burn your fuel, you sat there without having to move forward, things like that. These could be challenges, you understand? So when you have to know these challenges reoccur every day, it is a continuous challenge. So long you retain that job, you are going to face that traffic situation. So it is better, it is a known challenge. You better now say, okay, fine. Driving is supposed to be good and relaxing, but because of the traffic situation, it is not an option. So, and what is important here, I have to get to work. It is not for pleasure I am thinking about this. I have to get to work where the source of my income is being generated from. So what you then do, how do I get to work better now? Is it by me driving to work or taking public transport? In fact, very easy. Public transport is the best. Because if you live in central London, for instance, because I'm using that as a point of reference because central London is quite a busy place. I've driven there during working hour before, so I begin to reason people that work in this very environment and who have to actually confront this traffic daily. So I pity them and I really could understand what they pass through daily because of the busyness of the place. So the best thing you could do in that circumstances is to say, you know what, let me get a subscription for bus card. Easier, cheaper, stressless, so that you can have chances to do all the things and keep yourself out of that unnecessary stress you get. At least, even if there is luck in a whole month, I don't think it might be up to 2 to 3 times. Yes, because it is inevitably busy. So what can you do? You are not the only one going to work. Hundreds of people are going to work at the same time and they are going to resume at the same time. And you all are driving to work to meet up to make sure at least minimum 15 minutes before the main time you should resume, you're already at work. So you can imagine the idea of how everybody is rushing in the morning. So when you know this ahead of time, this is just an illustration of what the challenges could be. Then you can begin to have a good plan for yourself because this time is you going to work. Car is not luxury. It's just a means of transportation to get you there quick. But if that avenue is becoming a bottleneck situation, it is wiser to take the decision of getting a subscription for public transport because public transport has a different route they travel on that brings everybody that use them to their destination apt and on time. Simple. Do you need to stress? No. If you are very keen in driving, fine. After work, go and drive around the whole city when it is much lesser and come back home, burn some fuel and pay for it at least if that is important. So you can begin to understand that as little as that, you need to make a very big plan. And that plan should not be just what you phantom in your own understanding, or rather keep in your own mind. No, it will do you more good if you put it down on a business plan, it is normally called, so that you have a point of reference and that will be your anchor point. And think about, you have to start a business. You have envisaged how you want the business to be, how much you want to invest in the business, and what profit you may have anticipated to get when you do the business, how many people are going to join you in the business to do it, things like that. You don't keep all this information off head. You think about your liquidation as well, yes, in case of unforeseen contingencies. You put all these things into plan, and you have to write them down in a very nice manner, because over time, while you want to really execute that thing, that becomes your manual in life. And the very next thing you need to do when facing challenges, which people usually, they feel very reluctant to either salvage that opportunity, is know you are not alone. You are never alone. No matter how lonely you are feeling right now, no matter how you felt, maybe nobody likes me, everybody hates me, nobody's even calling me, or everybody sucks around me, don't forget it. You are still not alone. No. Apart from the fact that God is with all of us, you still have some other people you may have not known, have not really known you, who will stand by you regardless of the situation. So you should understand you are not alone. But what you need to do is to have that consciousness first of all. Let it sink into you that you are not just one tree in a very big forest. No. The forest is massive, and there are many iroko trees ready to give you shade. But you should first of all conceive that in your mind, that you are not alone. That is the very first step, so that you don't get timid, you don't get restricted by yourself, you don't judge yourself even before you are judged. That, look, after all, I'm not worth it because nobody liked me in the first place that brought me to this very situation. So yeah, I'm just alone. No, that's not a fact. It's just your own meaning. It's your own judgment out of your own current precarious situation. But come to think of it critically and practically, you are simply not alone. So have that understanding, because there are people who will be willingly ready to stand by you, no matter how dirty the situation is, no matter how bad you may have been described by multitude. You'll still be ready to know that multitude are ready to die for you. You understand? Because if you begin to have this consciousness, you wouldn't be thinking of you going to kill yourself. No, you wouldn't suffer your challenges too much. Because most people dwell in their challenges, never dare to even reason about it, never dare to think of, how do I get out of this place? What is the best avenue? How do I do it best? No, but because they don't know the fundamental strategy to even approach whatsoever is challenging them, there are many conclusions they can make. Number one of such conclusion is, everybody hates me. I am alone in this situation. Where they know they see friend for suffer. When man they suffer, they know they see friend. But it is absolutely not true. No. First of all, get your attitude right, even in your own challenges. That is where the miracle begins from. Because situations that shouldn't have even plunged us into a precarious situation, based on our attitude and our approach to that situation, we find ourselves in level 0, because it is not well managed. We have told ourselves several lies. We keep telling ourselves that, look, this is the end of it. No, I'm just going to give it. Or no, I know it is never going to be good. Who told you that? You are the one telling yourself, because you've not even tried out anything. You've not seek for help. And that brings me to number 3. Ask for help. Did you know most people don't know how to ask for help? And if you hear me say ask for help, please rule out money. Money is not in the help I'm talking about. No. It is not even in the list. Not to talk of is the last of the list. No, it is not in the list. No. Money, it is not help. No. Rule money out. You understand that? So that, I know my culture. When you say ask for help, it's like, my brother, I don't tell, I never try. If you find me something, well, that is not the kind of help I'm talking about. Well, that is help in some sort, But that's not what I'm talking about. No, for me, that's not a help that will alleviate anybody out of a precarious situation, out of a deadly situation of you having being vulnerable to take a drastic action that could end your own personal life. No, ask for help. You are not alone, like we already said before. So you can find help. There's no need to feel ashamed for asking for help. Whether you choose to rely on the one you love, or a total stranger, or a mentor, or a friend, there are always people willing to help. Don't look at faces before you go. Look at your inner heart and your boldness and your sincerity and approach anybody. Voila, you will get it. You will get it regardless. Let me give you one example before we continue, yeah? Jesus made this parable in the Bible. He said, Jesus was giving a parable about prayer, how we should consistency in our prayer, asking God for help. How the length we can go. So what Jesus was explaining was that there is this woman who was a widow, who was deprived of everything. Now, when you say widow, the husband is dead, so meaning she was literally thrown out of the house, and she was seeking for justice. And she went to this wicked king who neither feared God nor have any regard for any man. Yet this woman did not fear the resume of that judge. The woman did not fear the fact that this judge does not give a damn about God himself, not to talk of mankind. Very arrogant, stubborn, wicked, is not willing to help. He goes his own way. But still, everybody knows him because the Bible describes him like that. That is what he is, possibly, yeah? So this woman, knowing fully well this is the situation of this very person, but she still understood that it is only this man, despite all this, that still can give me justice. She did not give up. She went there, the judge ignored her first, second, third, fourth. The woman kept going there, would not let the judge rest until the judge said to himself, even though I am a wicked judge, I fear no God, neither man do I respect in any way. But this woman, for the sake that this woman wouldn't let me rest, she is wearing me out day in, day out, looking for justice. Voila, I will listen to this woman. The judge put aside his wickedness and pride and his fearless situation, neither fear God nor man. Put it aside and listen to this very woman. Why? The woman was persistent in her asking. She looked for help. She was so resilient, knowing fully well it is only in this place I can get my help from. She never gave up. The circumstances did not make her give up. The refusal did not make her give up. The negligence did not make her give up. The humiliation did not make her. In fact, she did not even consider for once any of such. Nothing of such deterred her, but she was able to push through, and she got her judgment, and she got her justice, and she was free, and she got all she lost back, and those that dealt with her were punished too. So always learn to ask for help. But let me repeat again, not money. Speak to somebody you love. Open up. Speak. That is the biggest problem. Many people don't open up. Many people have headache. They will be complaining of stomach pain. Stomach pain is not your problem. You got headache. Acute headache is what you have. Not stomach, but you are complaining of stomach. So me as a doctor, if you are telling me you have stomach, what I'm going to give to you is stomach medicine. Your headache still remains because you don't have issue with your stomach. And if you apply the medicine of stomach to headache, it will not solve it. The headache issue will remain. Why? You did not tell the truth. You did not ask for help sincerely. You were not open. You were too introvert in your own explanation. Technically, you were really not looking for help. You were self-deceptive in that circumstances. No, ask for help sincerely. Be bold. Be respectful in asking for help. Don't have any prejudgmental attitude towards whoever would have been willingly ready to help you in life. No, many people are self-deceptive. People that could have helped them, they will not even be truthful to those people. And the help they get will not be helpful to them. Why? It all begins from them. They did not tell the right way they needed help, but they come to paint their situation as if their situation is classical or bling bling. And they get the classical and bling bling help, which will not eventually help the original troubles that is confronting them. So know how to ask for help sincerely, folks. And that brings me to why asking for help. Don't forget about your feeling of what is confronting you, because if you get too excited about negligence and try to say it doesn't matter, that is where you are going to go wrong. When I mean wrong, you will go terribly wrong. It will go wrong in all ramifications that you will end up at the end of the day not liking yourself. So don't ever shave or shade your feeling. Let your feeling be apt and real. If you are angry, let it be seen that you are really mad. But if you are joyful, don't shove it. Dance like David danced, that yeah, you are really happy. Judgment, don't even think about who judge you thereafter. You are simply yourself outrightly. The judgment of other people about you does not really matter if you are sincere, except if you are putting up a fake life show, then you are guilty as charged. But if you are just whom you are, then you are just as free as you are. You understand me? By masking your feelings, they are not going to go away. Rather, feelings become trapped energy and never can never help you, or rather will come about you having a very negative, healthy consequences. So you will have health issue, and the consequences of you not freely exacerbating yourself. You are shuffling a whole lot. You become a smoking gun within yourself, and you become a gunpowder within yourself, and you become the igniter within yourself. At some point, it will explode. And if such thing explodes, it usually explodes on the innocence, because what triggers your explosion has nothing to do with the person you are actually now lashing out at. It actually started from somewhere a long time ago, probably. So things like that, how you have to feel your own feeling, because if you ignore it, the consequences is too grave. Okay, take some time to feel what you feel. It is very important. Do you want to cry? Take your time, cry. Yeah, it's allowed. That is why crying is there. That is why cry has a word, cry. You understand? If you want to cry about it, cry. If you want to meditate about it, sit down, seclude yourself, isolate yourself from the busy schedule of other things that might distract you. Go and meditate. Go into a kind of reasoning situation. Try to reason the situation and try to bring yourself in a place of in a place of freedom, because that situation that confronts you is not where you want to be. And for you to properly address that situation, so all this strategy needs to come into place so that you will be able to come up with a very decisive plan that will catapult you into a place where you have ever envisaged to be. This could come in the form of meditation, like I said, or if you rather write down what you feel, writing can be a very good therapeutic exercise. Yes, because if you know this is what you felt when certain things was happening to you, and you write it down, so by the time you are out of that situation, you go back there, you say, wow, next time a similar thing will happen to you, you will not go back to that kind of feeling and situation again. So it will help you serve as a therapeutic, situation for you to look to, make reference to, making as anchor point of something that have helped me. That is therapeutic that we're talking about. So when they say go to therapy, and these are the things a therapist will actually engage you in talking, helping you to make reflection of the bad time, the good time, how you overcame, how possible you can overcome again, and try to check the state of your mind and the rest of those things. These are the things you actually can make you can help yourself with. Yeah. And number fifth is after asking for help and you're able to feel your feeling, definitely, like I told you before, help must come anyway. Trust God and trust yourself and trust that, look, help must come. Don't let that trust leave you, because that is where people lose all hope. All hope is not lost, folks. No. Accept support. Asking for help is only one side of the coin. On the other side of the coin, you have to be open and willing to accept support. People who care, who come to your aid, truly do care about you. Be open to receiving help when you need it. Yes. You know, did you know some people, out of pride, they don't receive help when they actually needed it more than life? Pride will still make them not to receive that help from you. They will feel too big or too proud, and they are the one dying. They will not accept that help. Like I said before, people are always willing, readily ready to assist anybody. Those you don't even know are even the one more willing to help anybody. Like many of you watching me, or rather that are going to watch this very clip hereafter, you may have just stepped into a situation impromptu that you really were not invited, but you saw that something was needed, a help was needed, you jump into the situation and you wholeheartedly helped. Many of you have done it. That's what I'm talking about. So for those that would need help, people like people I'm talking about now, they do exist. So they are willing and ready to help anybody in such a circumstances. And you who is asking for help and who is needing help, you need to be open to receive that help. Otherwise, if you are not open, the help eventually will not be a help to you. And that is very sad, because you need help, you should get help. So if you are now faking your information to get help and it is not true, your help will not really be 100% to you. You won't enjoy your help eventually. So be willing to accept help when you ask for help and when you are needing help. Always understand you are not alone, and also always understand that there are not everybody hates you. That if you think you know few people that hate you, that doesn't want you to exist, I tell you, if those are the only one that hates you, the rest of the world are willing to be by your side. For instance, somebody is hating you from Africa and you live here in Europe. So if you have any situation, who helps you? Is it the one in Africa? No. The one that is very close to you here is the one that is going to help you, who has nothing of hatred to do with you. So that is just the illustration of what I'm trying to talk about. Yeah. Now, even in that your situation, another point you should keep in mind, be willing and readily ready to be of help to others. Because if, for instance, academic situation is your challenges right now, not finance, not food, not accommodation, not job, not anything else, not even physical help, or maybe as little as kitchen work or cleaning the house or doing something, physically. Those are not your help, but the only challenge you may have right now is just academics. Some other people might just have job challenges. Maybe they are looking for a job they can't get, or even some who are still managing to keep job. The bully they receive at work is so annoying that they are even dangling their mind. Should I even resign? Should I go to work? They are not motivated anymore to go to work. They are not motivated to continue their job. So they are not doing their job with joyfulness of heart. So based on these are all challenges we're talking about. So even with this very situation that is surrounding you, still be open-minded and be ready to help others. Because what you have as a challenge is not what I have as a challenge. It's always like that. We all cannot have the same. And always understand that the situation you're passing through right now, many hundreds and thousands of people have went through that very phase of life. So that is the reason, more reason you should speak to somebody. Not only money you should be asking for, no. Speak to a mentor, speak to elderly people, speak to intelligent people that you have judged intelligent and wise enough to be able to give a very good understanding. You see a very nice couple, have been married for some time, you admire them, you in fact in your mind you judge they are successful and you are about to engage in a relationship of such. These people, you can ask them because they're already there in the game. They can tell you all the nooks and corner, all the do's and don'ts, and all the benefit and every other thing. That is just an instance. And you see people doing business, for instance, they've been doing business for a very long time. So those are the people that you should be asking about how is this business going and what profit is awaiting here and what is the risk margin of this business and things like that. So these are in a better position to tell you about the business or the trade as the case may be. So always ask and always be ready to be of help to others because you have this very challenge. It doesn't make you a dumb person that you cannot give a very intellectual advice to somebody who is having a very different challenge, different from your own. You understand? You could just be married and you and your wife are just fantastically in good terms, but the only challenge both of you might have to be confronting right now is you both of you have not really found a befitting place for yourself. Maybe you are not having a very good accommodation. It's a very big challenge, especially in this part of Europe. That has become a very recent challenge based on the recent jackpot stuff that many couples, they don't have marital issue, but the only issue or rather challenge they have to confront right now is accommodation. And things like that doesn't mean that they are not professional anymore, that they cannot give their professional advice to somebody who might be having marital issue challenges. They still can give help. So even in that your precarious situation, difficult situation, still be very much open and willing to help, because by so doing, you are opening multiple doors for your own help to come quicker. So you should be busy and willing to help others. That is how others will be willing to help you, or rather help will just be there waiting for you on the way, that when you jump one hurdle you will jump the other one so easily. You will jump the third one. Why? Because you are also willing to lower the hurdles for anybody willing who is going to jump such a hurdle. Not you jumping the hurdle, you raise it more up, you make it more difficult for anybody coming after you to be able to jump or skate through. That is not help, that's wickedness. You understand? So be willing to help even in your difficult situation. It opens your doors quicker and faster. Another one is you actually need to always think very big. Don't think small. You understand? Don't belittle yourself. Believe in your challenges. Believe in yourself. See, challenges is just a trial that is like a hurdle you need to jump over. There is nobody that does not face challenge. It might be my turn today, tomorrow is your turn. Everybody has share out of it. It's a fair share, trust me. Even the scripture says it. It says we should not say that we have been tempted with something very new or something that nobody else have been tempted with. Say it's a lie. No, there is no temptation we're passing through today that is not common to other people. That simply means which other people have not tested or passed through. You understand? But in that same situation, everybody has come out of it and can be a testimony. So when it is your turn, don't take it as end point. It is not, because there is life ahead of that temptation, or rather challenges that comes confronting you. So you need to start thinking big, even right there when you have not even succeeded in one. You need to also continue making your plan, because you don't focus all your attention on that challenges. No, the challenge not be they very important like that meow. But if you give much attention to the challenge, you will find the challenge ruling your emotion, ruling your psychological understanding about everything around you. You can't possibly make a good decisive decision as of that point. So it's very important that you start thinking big. Yeah? It can be easy to let yourself think small because of the fear of failure or even the fear of making a decision. But to accomplish great things in life, you have to be open to taking risk. It is a risk if you are not taking a risk. That is the biggest risk. I repeat, if you are not taking risk in life, you are not doing something that is risky. When I mean risky, not something suicidal. That is not risky. That is, you dare not do something that could have really, assuming it works. The risk there is, you will lose your money, You will lose your reputation, oh, or you will go to jail. Oh, that's the only risk. It's not like you will die. Oh, that's not what I'm talking about. But assuming your money go profit you, everybody go like you. If you do you go prosper, you go succeed, things like that. So always flip negative out and view it in a positive form and say, hey, I'm afraid of this thing. Assuming it is not coming out like this and it comes out like this. Always thinking like that. That is why you need not to have to fear taking risk of taking a step of faith, you could call that. Yeah? With whatever challenges may arise, always think the dream big. Challenges will come. If you think small, challenges will come. If you think big, challenges will come. For me, challenges are of the same equal rate, but now depends how you rate them yourself. If you think small, you will get challenged. That challenge could be bigger than who thinks very big and still get challenged. Yeah. Because it depends on what do you now think. How do you value your challenges? How do you rate them? Do you think your challenge is very powerful than what you can fathom out? Then your challenge will deal with you that way. But if you think your challenge is just a stepping stone, then of course it will be a stepping stone for you to grow higher. That is what it takes. So you need to constantly and continually thinking big. Don't ever belittle yourself. Don't underestimate yourself. Don't think I cannot. I don't want to hear that from anybody that I cannot. No, yes, you can, man. If anybody else have ever done it and it is doable, yes, you can. If you want to do it, you need to motivate yourself before other people will push you behind and begin to motivate you. But it all starts within yourself, yeah? So those challenges will not be able to stop you nor deter you. And number 8 of such is positive mindset. I will dwell here a little bit, yeah? What you think becomes your reality. Yes, not thinking in unrealistic way, no. When you are thinking an achievable thinking, achievable dream, things you know, this is attainable, it is achievable. So when you start thinking about them, like somebody thinking now, say, I want to become a medical doctor. Maybe one of our children wants to become a medical doctor. Yes, medical doctor is an achievable profession. Many other people are medical doctors. So if you ever think you want to be one of them, you want to be called a medical doctor, or rather that is your passion in life, absolutely you are thinking positive. That your mindset will definitely make you become a medical doctor, because you will work it out by going to school, studying in that very line, trying to acquire all the diploma, certification, bachelor's degree, or whichever way they call it, to become a medical doctor. You will have to go to the medicine school to become the medical doctor. So that means that your mindset has really brought you to where you want to be. I want to be something, and that is why I went to school and I eventually become. You understand? When I graduated, I was a BSc holder. I have not become a master holder yet, nor garnish my profession with multiple certifications. So there are stages you just can't get to by you having a BSc. You need to do further studies. You need to do further education, further certifications, depends on the field you are. I am in the ICT field, information communication technology. So you need to grow from becoming a field engineer, which is normally your first assignment when you usually graduated. And if you graduate from the university, then you usually become a field engineer, meaning you can be traveling from here and there, visiting from data bank warehouse to another data bank warehouse, having a vehicle to travel, blah, blah, blah. Before you become application engineer, you become a system engineer, that is how you grow. So if you have a positive mindset and begin to think big, and you set a goal for yourself, what you want to become, regardless of your age or regardless of the situation and the challenges that might have to confront you, whether financial challenges to study or the time to even study and all that. So you begin to put your perspective right and begin to have mindset and say, look, I want to achieve this, I want to achieve that. That is how I became software architect. because there are certain exams you need to write to be able to get a certification and become a software architect, meaning you can design any software and deliver it to the developers, and the developers will further develop it and roll it out and bring it into production, as the case may be. So things like that, you begin to have positive mindset. You want to do business, begin to have a good mindset regarding your business. Don't begin to think of how to cheat. Think of how to do the business legitimately first, because that is where the blessings comes from. Not when you're setting up your business, you want the business to bless you, but you are setting it up based on cheating. Either you want to evade tax, or you are planning to cheat the workers that eventually help you out in the business. You know their minimum wages and you are deliberately slashing it down, or you are even not nice to them and things like that. There is no way prosperity will come from there. That is not a positive mindset. You are not even liking yourself nor the business, because what you are doing ultimately will close up that business at some point, because it will escalate to something else. Either the tax people will come after you, or you eventually don't have any staff willing to work with you based on your salary wages you are cheating your staffs with, things like that. So having a positive mindset before you can continue again and face your challenges and cross it all over and move gallantly forward, things like this has to be put right before you can be able to succeed. Now, challenges is what we'll be talking about, but don't ever give up is the ninth one I want to talk about. Challenges will always arise. It's a big test of your personality. Challenges can come to test your personality. Challenges can come to test your patience. Challenges can come to test your sincerity. It can come in different varieties. So it is just innumerable to begin to name them. List back and front will be filled up. So challenges can come in all ramifications. So the way to deal with it is just that positive mindset. And more importantly, no matter how pressing that challenges might be in your life, don't you ever give up. No, don't ever give up on yourself. Don't give up on your dream. Don't give up on the love people are showing you. Don't give up on those who are willing to assist you, even if they are not doing it the way you are expecting them to do it. That is why I said have open mind. Give them that chance to exercise their love they are willing to show to you. Because these things will contribute to what will take you out of that challenges, and you will begin to smile again like every other person. And this time you will be fit 100% to also help others out of their challenges. This is what it is. So you will also be willing to help even when you are still in the situation, not to talk of when you are out of the situation. You should be much more willing to go extra mile for anybody who is facing challenges. So don't ever give up. Giving up is not something you want to do. Now, people that have given up have actually end up killing themselves or totally become a failure in life, that they don't see anything fit to take head on. You understand? So maybe they have struggled with academics for some time and they are not able to make headway. Say, you know what? School now scam, school now this, I have heard people say that before, but no, most of us will tell you, most of us will tell you that school is golden, education is golden. It is a key to many doors. It is a key to doors because it simply enlightens your mental understanding, and you get to know things, because knowledge is power ultimately, like what we say, that knowledge is power. And the last of it all, and not the least, however, is work smart rather than working hard. I will explain. There is difference between working hard and working smart. Generally, there is more than one way to get something done. Am I correct? Now, we do say in our parable that not because you are gallant, you think you can drag a bull to the Benin kingdom. You understand that parable? You understand what it means? Now, what it simply means is not because you are so big, you think you really can drag a bull for such a long distance, wherever you are, but at least to Benin. When we say Benin in this instance, we are talking of the palace of our Oba, because that is the person you want to greet with it. So no matter how gallant you are, it's not a guarantee that you really can succeed in dragging that bull to the kingdom. But there are many ways that bull can actually get to the palace without you having to drag the bull. You understand? There are hundreds of ways. But if you have not thought about it, you may never know that that is also a way for that cow to get to the palace as a gift. So what I'm trying to say is, smartness is not like how hard, or success is not like how hard you have worked. You know, when people say, I work hard, it's good and you work hard. Let me tell you, to be smart is times two harder than working hard. I will explain. However, there's always just one optimal way or best way of doing it. To work smarter rather than harder, start by working backward, outline and define your goal. Then plan the process for how to get there. Perform research to see how others who have come before you have done it. Take out your time. Count your own skills and ideas for how you may be able to do it better. Then stick to your path and get it to work. Does that make sense to you? Now, there are many ways to approach something. If you approach by tying a rope to a bull and physically dragging, you may be very big enough to at least struggle with the bull to make the bull move few steps and still want to resist you, drag it. You will sweat, definitely. You will be tired at some point. You will relax, the bull will relax. Then when you wake up again to drag the bull, get up again also to resist you. So that is also a way to get there, but that is very hard, isn't it? But if you are very smart, you don't need to work hard as much as that. In some instance, you actually can speak to the bull. The bull will be the one to convey you now to that Benin. You will ride on the bull to Benin. That you, Papa, that is so smart, don't even need to do nothing. You don't need to drag the bull. You don't need to even pay transportation. With, they say, there is this funny parable that with special agreement, the devil can see God, things like that. So with special agreement with the bull will be the one transporting you now to Benin instead of you dragging the bull. Because you are smart. It was better for you to be smart, to make sure you deliver that bull without either of you sweating, because it is nothing for the bull to have you at the back of the bull to walk with you to the palace. No. But it will be a very hell of job for you to forcefully drag that bull to the palace, because you are not smart, but you want to work hard. It's good. You may eventually succeed in dragging the bull to the palace, either dead or alive. You may slaughter the bull at some point and bring the meat. The bull still arrive anyway, but except not alive. But if you are smart, both of you will arrive neat and clean. When I go, even the gist they go for road. Why? Smartness is what it takes. First, strategize. Put your situation in picture. Write it down. Don't always think about it alone and forget about it, yeah? Outline and define your goal. Now here I want go. Now this bull, now I want carry and go palace. And this bull must get to the palace for me. And I must deliver this bull with all dignity and respect. Then you begin to plan, how do I deliver this bull without me having to stress? Or rather, the bull I'm going to deliver to my king whom I adore so much will not have to sweat, or maybe the bull at the end of the day will be leaping one leg to come to the palace. No good. So when you are smart and you strategize and you put your plan to process and gather information, do your research, look at the strategy and plan the best practical way to do it, when you hit that time, you will be very, very intelligent and excellent delivery now you go make. That is how to work smart rather to work hard. Now, it is different from when you say somebody is a hard-working guy. What I'm explaining is different, if you understand. Instead of you taking it head on mechanically or doing it in a very awkward way or doing it in a very primitive way, in a very outdated way, no, you can sit down, come up with new innovation, be disruptive in your own approach, disrupt the situation, come up with a new strategy, the best practicable way to get things done and to get things fixed. Yes, before when when we were growing up, they used to scrape our hair with razor blade or with a sharp knife that they would file with belt. They would use it to scrape our head, a bowl, a serious one. Now, if I have to scrape my bowl, I have several ways to do it. Many chemicals has come. I can just spray foam on my head, everything is gone. My hair going to shine like northern star moon. Yes, of course. It will be shining. Why? There is a new way of clearing everything you have in your hair. Or you can use clipper, or you can use another machine that will actually smooth it. So there are different ways of doing it now. No longer using kitchen knife, sharp it very well to remove the hair. You understand? So that is now, those are disruptive innovation that has come into play within our own generation. So be very smart in your thinking, be smart in your approach to situation, evaluate your own skills. What am I good in? What do I know how to do? What do I know how to do? What do I even have strength to do? What is my strongest point? And what is my weakest point in these circumstances? Am I able to face this? Am I able to face that? You might be so intelligent, but to be honest, you don't have mind to become a doctor like me. Ooh, I can't even become a nurse, not to talk of a whole doctor. Not that I cannot read to become. I still have some trust in myself. Yes, I could have chosen that line, but for some reason, I don't want to see somebody suffering. I can't stand it, and I cannot help. Not to talk of somebody with kukuma slip off in my own eyes. No, I don't know how I will be able to take care of that. So I respect doctors, nurses, and people that work in the healthcare so much. I give you salute. I can't do that. No, I just don't have the liver. I'm so weak in that. I wouldn't even see you suffering, or you are having ailment, or you are having a very serious situation. You are, you are groaning, you suffering. I cannot help. My medication is not able to finish, and I can't even stand blood. And I don't see myself giving injection too. So you see many disadvantage things that I just can't do. And many of you are doctors watching, many of you are nurses working in the hospital. You do this daily. You are so strong in that. Me, I can spend 4 hours behind computer just reading. Don't talk to me. Or you can be talking, I won't answer you. I will be reading, doing my research. I will just be doing my things. Somebody like Monica cannot look computer for 30 minutes consecutively, except if she's doing live video, it's a different thing. She's not looking at computer. Say, Monica, I'll just come and sit down, come and read these very slides about 10. Monica cannot get up to 4. You go get headache. Headache go come. Headache go start. Nah. You don't get headache. Yeah. You understand? But tell Monica to do something else without her strength. She won't think about it twice. So you see, everybody is different. Try to determine what is my skills? What am I good in? What can I do better? Those are the things that will actually make you able to approach anything that may challenge you in life and be able to capitalize those things you are good in. That will ultimately become your strongest weapon to fight and succeed and become the best that you want to be. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings me to the last of the point. Work smart rather than working hard. You understand? Because if you work smart, you are times 2 working harder than just working hard without no strategic plan or no purpose or you have not discovered your own skills. So that brings me to the end of the whole show, and I do hope you enjoy the teaching, and I hope you will be able to apply this to your own life, and so that you can live a better life and you be a better of yourself, and you can also lend out a helping hand to some other people who may be needing this kind of teachings to get out of their situation they are currently facing or their current challenges in life. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and it is just about 1 hour 5 minutes. Shalom alias Samuku Alheri. May the Lord bless you and be with you all, and may the Lord strengthen you. One love. And as the Lord willing, we are approaching the weekend. No worry, I still have some other stuff to also share with you within the weekend. Yeah? God bless you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.